Good afternoon, students. We have our EF Press Law Lecture number 1, and the case study today, unsurprisingly, is the US versus Julian Assange, 2010 to 2020. Currently running at Westminster Magistrates Court with Judge Dore. I would just like all our undergraduate students and visitors today to check their list that has been provided for today's lecture. And we have the statutes, treaties, cases, background reading, and we'll be looking in particular at the UK, US legal statutes and precedents and the international laws on treaties. Quite a lot there. All in relation to the US versus Julian Assange. You should have on your list the Magna Carta, 1215, First Amendment, 1791, the Espionage Act of 1917, the US-UK Extradition Treaty of 2006. There's numerous case studies, the US for Binney, and many of the UK Official Secret Act cases are there on your list. And the background reading, which I think should be relevant to this subject, is John Locke's Essays on the Law of Nature. And I think if you have a browse through his work, it might shed some light on today's situation. Well, in truth, I was going to give an hour's lecture on the intricacies of human rights under the Magna Carta. The First Amendment rights are being ignored and overridden, and it just makes me so mad. It really does. I get angry, very angry. In fact, so angry I could rip down a 5G mast, jump up and down on the remains, singing La Bandera Rosa and screaming at the end, "Free Julian Assange." So your hour's lecture is going to be quite short. Well, instead, all I ask today's students, those viewing today online, is to study the following list of protagonists, the main protagonists who are promoting the extradition of Julian Assange. It's a note turn page moment. Here we go. There is POTUS, Attorney General, Virginia District Court, FBI, CIA, NSA, HMG, DPP, CPS, FCO, Lord Chief Justice, Chief Magistrate, Parliament Police, HMP, and last but not least, that wonderful British Media Limited. They all absolutely agree. Here we go, there's a little bit of ducking down here. They all agree that the US must get their man, Julian Assange, an Aussie journalist, a guest in the UK, an Ecuadorian asylum seeker, to be rendered to US federal jurisdiction of Virginia District Court. So, students, viewers, please study this list. It's a glitting parade of the great and the good, the rich and the powerful. And if you accept that they can't be wrong, can they? Then keep drinking the Kool-Aid. And if you conclude that the lies, the illegality, the crimes, corruption and the venal self-interest have laid waste to 1,000 years of English jurisprudence and human rights, you'll get an instant pass on this module. Well done. Leaders, lawmakers, lawgivers and the law enforcers, they're all willing to comply, all willing to go along with US federal jurisdiction, obedient to their masters, and in plain sight, military intelligence calling all the shots from top to bottom. This is what we call tyranny. Indeed, the merchants of death, they're pumped up preachers of hate. Donald, Boris, Dominic, Sir Keir, all of them pumped up preachers, spewing lies, denial and obfuscation, which I think means avoiding the question repeatedly. Well, that's your press law lecture number 1 on behalf of a People's Parliament Hill, North London, Camden. Free Julian Assange. Make a difference to your own survival rates and human rights. EF Press. That was a hard lecture. See you tomorrow.